Right, as you can see, it's now the 24th of January 2013. We was promised in writing by the Director of Housing Operations, and a letter was sent to our MP promising that this work would be completed on the 23rd of January. They have failed to complete the work. As you can see at the top, they haven't finished off around the flue. That hole next to the flue is where they drilled through first of all and messed up, so they had to do 2 holes to make 1 flue. They haven't covered up the corner pipe work, but the most important thing was I wanted this pipe work covered because it's hot pipes. Now, if you remember or have seen my previous videos, I say in there how important it is to me. The reason it's important is because I have a 2-year-old granddaughter. She's going to be 3 in a week or so. We normally have the granddaughter every 2 weeks. We have her for 4 days every fortnight. It's 3 nights, 4 days. Now, it's already been going on for 3 months. They class that as not urgent covering this up. So that means we could wait another 3 months for them to cover up that pipe work. That will be 6 months. That will be 12 visits. So that will be 88 days of not having my granddaughter. Now, when you're a sick or disabled person, it is actually quite important, little things like having your granddaughter, because you don't have a lot of money for a lot of stuff. But you have your granddaughter and it picks you up. It's my only grandchild. Don't know how long I'll live. Might be the only one I'll ever see. I want to make the most of it. They know that I can't have my granddaughter till the pipe's covered. On November the 2nd, 2012, this boiler was fitted. November the 5th, they came out and covered up that, well out of reach of human touch, but failed to cover up the important stuff that can burn people. Now, I have neurological damage and a disease that affects the central nervous system. I cannot detect temperatures in parts of my body correctly. I can get 3rd degree burns off something like that expansion valve and not realise. Now, you would have thought they would have cut, when they came yesterday, that they would have made that part the priority. The rest of it, for Christ's sake, you know, could have waited. The deal breaker for me is these pipes. The most important thing is the pipes. But not only that, the landlord and the company that they own, they fitted that great big box over the boiler, and you can't open it. So if the boiler goes out, we have no way of relighting the boiler. We have no way of accessing any controls. We have no way of doing anything to the boiler at all. We cannot even check the boiler's pressure. We cannot even use the filling loop, even though we have access to it at the moment underneath. Because if you try and use the filling loop, you need to see the pressure gauge so you know how much water you're putting in. We are physically unable to do that. That means we could be running a boiler in an unsafe condition and we would not have a clue. Just to prove that I'm not having you on, look, I'm pulling that as hard as I can. That will not open. It turns out, my wife, she's a volunteer at Cubs. She went to Cubs last night. My other carer came in. My other carer decided it was too cold for me. She went to switch the heating on for me, and she couldn't do it. So she called me through. I couldn't open it either. We was mightily confused. Then last night, when wife came home, wife explained that, rather stupidly, it opens that way, outwards. Now, how can anybody read anything? There is absolutely no way of gaining access to this in any way, shape or form. It's absolutely incredible. They know I'm disabled, they know I'm severely disabled, they know I have very little reach with my arms. This is the closest I can get. It looks quite close, but I'm actually, if I get a ruler on the end, that is a 30cm ruler, and that goes to there. I can't even reach through to judge it. Very good idea. Keep going, push it out more, stop. And that's how far the boiler is away. That is longer than the average human's arms. However, they did fit a very nice cupboard. It actually looks quite an expensive cupboard, to be honest, to be fair. It's definitely a lot better than the crap that we have in this kitchen. The crap that we have in this kitchen, you'll see the quality of this cupboard compared to the crap quality of these cupboards. For argument's sake, you hear that? You can't even, and that is hurting my arms, and ouch, that just caused me to dislocate my shoulder. So I'm actually going to have to close it with my body. But you get the drift. And for some reason they put that cupboard there, but it does give us an extra cupboard. That cupboard was over there, and it was half hanging off the wall because that was how they left it. I've also just noticed that the staff yesterday also didn't do that. They were meant to have boxed that in.
They still never did that bit.